The @ sign, which is currently mostly used in email addresses and social media handles, has a much older history than you might think. Its earliest recorded use is found in a Bulgarian translation of a Greek chronicle written by a 12th century chronicler Constantius Manises in 1345, where it's used in place of the capital alpha letter in the word Amen. But it's still unknown why it was used in that context. Aside from that, it has also long been used in Spanish and a few other languages as an abbreviation for the mass unit arroba. In medieval times, the symbol was used for the phrase "ad the rate of" in accounting contexts. Even though the symbol has had many other uses, the origin of the symbol is sort of a mystery. One popular theory suggested that the symbol was first used by monks during the Middle Ages. At that time, to copy a book or a document, one had to rewrite the whole thing word to word. That was of course a tedious task, and some monks who had to do the work looked for ways to reduce the amount of time and effort spent writing, and to reduce the number of strokes per word. The Latin word ad, which means toward, was among the words that were used very often, and so instead of writing the whole thing, they shortened it to the @ sign. Another theory states that the symbol was first used as an abbreviation for the word amphora, which was a unit of measurement used in describing the amounts held by terracotta jars used for holding wine and spices. This use is evident in a 1536 letter written by an Italian trader. It is possible that some trader encountered the symbol in a manuscript transcribed by monks and started using it themselves. Another hypothesis centers on the French term "à", which means "at" in English. Some suggest that there might be a link here. Even though the usage of the @ symbol differs in these theories, there is one statement which they share, which is that the symbol was used as a shortcut. Fast forward to modern times, the symbol was assigned its ultimate use just some time before the arrival of the internet. In 1971, shortly after the emergence of the ARPANET, which is the predecessor to the internet, Ray Tomlinson, a computer scientist and programmer, required a way to address electronic mail to a recipient on the network. Before the ARPANET, users were typically working on the same computer via different terminals, thus only a name was enough for messages. With the arrival of the ARPANET, however, electronic letters had to include the recipient's name and mention the recipient's computer by name, just like written correspondence, which is addressed to a specific person by name and includes the recipient's home address. The @ symbol was just what Tomlinson needed, because it wasn't frequently used in programming. Ray Tomlinson is now credited for developing the email, along with its naming system, that is still in use today. He is also credited for sending the first ever email. Using his naming system, he sent himself an email which traveled from one teletype in his room through the ARPANET and back to a different teletype in his room. The @ sign now has many other usages in social media, sports, programming languages, etc. With all that being said, it is clear that this ancient symbol with no definite origin known has now become an integral part of our communication as humans.